He who controls food controls the world. Well, they said in 1962, we're going to work toward total global implementation of Codex Alimentarius on December 31st, 2009. They were sort of guidelines. Now, Codex Alimentarius Commission is administered by the World Health Organization, WHO, and the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization. They fund Codex and they run it at the request of the UN. So they're mommy and daddy to Codex Alimentarius.
The UN has put out dozens of public documents where they're calling for an 80% world population reduction. In fact, at the Beijing Women's Conference, the World Conference, back in 1997, the head of the UN Food Program said, we will use food as a weapon against the people.
هذه مواصفات ديال الكودكس اليمنتاريوس اللي خاصها تكون مطبقه.
هي معايير
دوليه واللي تم الاتفاق عليها.
السي المغربي
تمشي لعند الدول باش تعاونهم باش يعاودوا القوانين ديالهم باش تكون مطابقه لهذه المواصفات اللي كتحمي اولا المستهلك وثانيا كتحمي حتى الدول اللي كتصدر المنتوجات الفلاحيه ديالها للخارج.
66% of the United States residents' public water is fluoridated. It is known to have tremendous effects on bone cancer, joint problems, bone weakness, lowered estrogen and testosterone levels, and dental fluorosis, which is yellowing of the teeth and pitting in the enamel. Wouldn't it make more sense to enhance public water with vitamins which are meant to be ingested to promote overall health, rather than putting such a toxic chemical in our water with a bogus explanation that it will improve our dental health? We now know that fluoride causes more dental problems than it solves. Something doesn't seem right about this. Do you honestly believe that these companies care deeply enough for the people to spend large amounts of their own money to fluoridate public water when the people already purchase their own toothpaste? But there's a difference between toothpaste and drinking water. We don't ingest toothpaste. If you go to any hardware store and look at any rat poison product, you will only find one ingredient: sodium fluoride. It is the most toxic ionic molecule outside of potassium dichromate. Now Dannon, along with other companies, have begun fluoridating bottled water. It is becoming increasingly difficult to get away from. And the fact that fluoride is also used in many prescription antidepressants shows that it eliminates aggression and motivation in people.
Fluoride, to my knowledge as a physician, has absolutely no biological benefit whatsoever.
But one of the significant things is that the Russians carried out all sorts of experiments on the people living in the Gulag. One of them, of course, was to fluoridate the water. Why? You fluoridate the water, why people are not as aggressive as they ordinarily would be. In fact, what is the active ingredient in Prozac that is so widely distributed in America today? Why, it's a fluoride compound.
And now we are finding that public water nationwide is showing up with arsenic, lead, cadmium, and thermonium, which is a radioactive form of lead. Cancer, lowered sex drive, birth defects, sedation, and brain defects. Does this not sound like a wonder drug for anyone aiming to control a population?
It's quite astonishing, Paul, the degree to which environmentalists have not been educated about fluoride. You know, people have an unconscious trust in their doctor or their dentist, and if you can persuade doctors and dentists that fluoride is safe and good, then you're able to reach the rest of the nation. People believe it was killing their cattle, destroying their crops. Fluoride given to rats had produced bone cancer and liver cancer, and that those results had been doctored to make it look as though fluoride hadn't caused as much cancer.
The pattern that we saw, it typically is what we see with other neurotoxic agents that are well known to cause a hypoactivity or a memory problem or an IQ problem. When I first presented the results of these studies, one of the individuals sitting and listening to the results, he says, "Do you have any idea what you're saying?" And he says, "You're telling us that we're reducing the IQ of children." And basically I said, yes.
Tu vois, le monde se divise en deux catégories. Ceux qui ont un pistolet chargé et ceux qui creusent. Toi, tu creuses. Où?
Il y a eu l'arnaque mondiale qui s'appelait l'axe du mal, puis l'étrange matraquage qui ose nous opposer, tous nous métamorphoser en acteurs d'un western de série B, avec les bons contre les méchants, ou mieux les blonds contre les musulmans. Et le monde hypnotisé, il bouffe la bouillie sans nausée. Vous mélangez modernité et tradition, ah, quelle originalité, faites attention, il faut vous préparer pour une série de questions bidons. Choisissez votre camp, dites-nous qui sont vos frères, décidez maintenant, surtout sans commentaire, le monde est noir ou blanc, indicez les critères, c'est la guerre. On est quelques-uns à penser que c'est plus compliqué, qu'il faut plus que 2 épices pour bien cuisiner, et que si vous renforcez vos frontières, on est tous quand même dans la même galère. Et il est tard, j'ai pas de solution, juste une guitare et la forte impression que nous avons plus à partager que ces cons voudraient nous faire penser. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe ici? C'est le désordre. Débranchez votre cerveau, merci, et c'est en ordre. Prenez le raccourci et rejoignez la horde, il faut mordre. Choisissez votre camp, dites-nous qui sont vos frères, décidez maintenant, surtout sans commentaire. Le monde est noir ou blanc, indexez les critères, c'est la guerre.
You bend the word in black and white, and I prepare the colors. Oh, yeah. You talk about the talk of cultures, and we know that you're still a big liar.
Plus sûr de lui, plus implacable que jamais, pas besoin de lui confier une affaire de meurtre. Il suffit de le lâcher.